Welcome back to the Means Report, everybody. Brad Means, happy to have you with us on this Sunday. We talked about your finances in our first segment, and we should have mentioned that if you have anything left over, or even if you would like to probably maybe put a bill on hold and use that money, we have a great place for it to go, a place that really desperately needs it as well. And it's always in the spotlight this time of year, although with the construction and opening of the Kroc Center, we've tried to keep the Salvation Army in the headlines year-round, and we're glad that a couple of representatives have rejoined us on the set of the Means Report. Captain Wilma Mason is the administrator of the Salvation Army here in Augusta, along with her husband, and Anthony Esposito is in charge of public relations for the Salvation Army. Thank you all both for being here.
Thank you, Brad.
Let's talk. I promised the viewers that we'd cover the Kettle kickoff, Anthony. It's coming up in a few short days. I love the theme that you're incorporating. Tell us where we can go to help celebrate this kickoff and how we can kind of root for our favorite team as well.
Right. Well, we started this tradition last year and it went so well. We're doing it again this year.
It did, yep.
This Thursday at the Kroger on Washington Road, that's going to be there right near the Augusta National Alexander Drive. We're going to have the 2011 Kettle kickoff. What we do is we have a little ceremony at the beginning at noon. Then from noon to 8 p.m. we have kettles representing 5 different local sports teams: a Bulldog kettle, a Gamecock kettle, a Tiger kettle, an Eagle kettle, and a Yellow Jacket kettle. And after 8 hours this Thursday of collecting money from supporters and fans and passersby, we declare a champion for the year. We did this last year. The Georgia Bulldogs prevailed. They had almost $500 in donations, and the Eagles actually finished second, which was pretty impressive. This year we think we'll have even more donations. We have talked to the alumni groups, the booster clubs. Last year I remember the Bulldogs set up this great tent where they played Glory Glory to Old Georgia every time they had a donation.
Nice.
This year we've got even more buy-in from the different schools. So we think it'll be a great event. So this Thursday from noon until 8 p.m. at the Washington Road Kroger right there at Alexander Drive. That's just one of over 25 places that are going to have kettles for the Salvation Army of Augusta this fall.
You know, every year there's something that sets off your spirit of the season, whether it is a hymn in church or whether it is just the donning of a Christmas tie. But I promise you, a lot of people, Wilma, when they hear those bells ringing, say, it's that time of year again. The Christmas season has begun. The holiday season is upon us. How did the bell ringing thing get started?
Bell ringing here in Augusta has been around for 120 years, as long as the Salvation Army has been here. But it actually began in America here in 1891 with a Captain Joseph McPhee. He was actually from Liverpool, in London, and actually he decided to bring with him a tradition, and that was collecting monies on the docks because he was a sailor. And so he took a big cast iron pot out there to the docks and began collecting money to be able to provide a hot meal for those who would be without a Christmas meal. And it was really quite interesting because the sign that he had next to the kettle, it said, "Keep the fires boiling, keep it boiling, keep the pot boiling." And that's what we need. It's not actually our slogan today, but it's the same principle, and that is whatever goes in the kettle, the red kettle now, actually keeps the Salvation Army going in this community throughout the year.
Well, how can people take part? Is there an age limit? What do they need to do? Or do you have enough people signed up already?
We never have enough people.
Hardly.
Never.
Hardly.
No. We actually are looking for volunteers this time of year who would say, hey, I want to ring the bell and stand out at a kettle. What's exciting is that anyone, any age, can stand out at a kettle. We have been taking our son since he was 2 to stand out there at the kettle with us, and the public absolutely adores having kids there to collect as well. And we're looking for volunteers from churches, civic groups, from businesses. We have some local businesses here in town who actually encourage their employees to go and ring while they're on the work schedule. So it's very exciting.
Let me ask you this, Anthony, and Captain Mason started to touch on this. The money is needed. The community needs it. Where does it go? What kind of agencies benefit from our donations?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Before people donate, they want to know, where does the money go? And so if you're approaching a red kettle starting this Thursday through December 24th, I want you to know where the money goes. Some of the money goes to the Salvation Army of Augusta Homeless Shelter. We have a shelter for men and a separate shelter for women and children, and that always needs funding because there's always a need for that, especially with the winter coming up. More and more people are going to need shelter when the weather turns cold. Money also goes to our soup kitchen. Believe it or not, we serve almost 100,000 meals a year out of our soup kitchen on Green Street. Money also goes to our drug and alcohol rehab program. It's a 6-month free program, or actually a 9-month free program. Most people don't know we have it, but we do it, and it's 36 men that are trying to kick their habits and get back into the workforce. We even have 2 job skills programs, one for men, one for women, that teach people everything from how to do a resume to how to budget to different training. So that's where your Kettle money is going to go. And it's very important to know that even though we opened the Kroc Center, a few months ago, no Kettle money goes to the Kroc Center. Joan Kroc, the reason that we have a Kroc Center, she said no money from Red Kettles, no money that goes to the Salvation Army for social services can go to the Kroc Center. So if you were kind enough to donate to the Kroc Center, that's where the money went. If you're kind enough to donate to a Red Kettle or to the Salvation Army of Augusta in general, the money will go to those social services that we mentioned earlier. So if you have $10 in your pocket and you see a Red Kettle starting later this week and you think, why does the Salvation Army need my $10? They have a Kroc Center. The reason is that money that goes in the Kettle, that goes to our social services, and not a dime will go to the Kroc Center.
Well, you probably know someone, folks, who has used the social services of the Salvation Army, and so you can see the healing power of those services, and you can see the benefits they bring right here at home. Let me ask you this, Captain Mason. You all are also doing the angel adoption again, and that's a great way to help out. Tell me how we can take part in that as well.
The Angel is probably, for me, one of the most exciting things that we do here in Augusta with the social services at Christmas. Those who are in need come to the Salvation Army, and they, of course, sign up, and we get all the information for their children. And what we do is we place the angels on trees throughout the community, and we have quite a few trees throughout the community. At the mall, we'll host a tree. All 6 Walmarts are hosting trees. We also have trees in our Salvation Army family stores. You just go and simply select a child by name or by age that you would like to adopt for, and then you just simply purchase the gifts, leave them unwrapped, put them in a bag that is provided, tie them up, and we connect that back with the child through their parents, and the parents pick up the gifts so that they don't know where the gifts come from. The children don't.
We talked about the stocking drive, stocking program. Please update us on that. It seemed to be going well even the last time we met, and that was while we were still in the thick of it.
Well, I'm very excited to report that the stocking program has absolutely flourished since being on the program in the summer months. We have already collected in the community over 900 stockings, completely filled, labeled, ready to go for the children on Christmas morning. We do anticipate that we're going to have close to 2,500 angels, but we still have 500 stockings out in the community still being filled. So the calls keep coming in, and we keep, of course, providing them for those in the community who would like to fill them. But it's going wonderful, so thank you for your support.
Anthony, I used to be able to check on y'all when we worked downtown until a few weeks ago when we moved, and I'd drive by the Kroc Center day and night, and it always seemed busy. Give us an update on how things are going there, membership-wise, and just overall, how are things?
Well, it's even busier since y'all left.
Really?
Believe it or not. We have so many events going on. The Kroc Center serves so many purposes. One area that has really amazed me is the number of events that we have going on here. We have an Aaron Eubanks concert coming up. We have weddings coming up next year. All sorts of events. Everything from birthday parties to proms. Anything you can imagine can happen at the Kroc Center. And what happens is, and we saw this back the very beginning in August, when a group comes to the Kroc Center and they rent our banquet hall, the next morning we have 10 voicemails from people that attended saying, I've got a function and I want to rent out the Kroc Center. So the rental side is going great. The membership side is wonderful. A lot of people love our group fitness classes, both on land and water. And also, we've started a number of arts classes, whether it's learning to play guitar or drum, or if you want to paint or ceramics, or even an acting class. We offer those at the Kroc Center at a steep discount to our members. So no matter what you want to do, you can do it at the Kroc Center. We even have a Kroc Center Cafe, which has done wonderful business, not just in catering.
Hello.
Not just in catering, but in also feeding people that are there Monday through Friday, whether it's breakfast or lunch.
Is the pool still open?
The pool is still open.
It is?
Absolutely.
And the slide?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and with the weather turning cool, I'm sure more people are going to want to use an indoor pool.
I bet they will. I bet they will. What about the membership opportunities that are still available. You're not full. We talked about membership last time. People can still sign up and join the
Oh
Croc.
yes, they can still sign up. All they need to do is come into the Croc Center and fill out the paperwork, and they're still offering free registration this month, so that's exciting for us. So if you're looking to become a member, and I keep thinking towards the new year and the new resolutions that's coming out, you know, it might be good to go ahead and get a jump on that while the registration fee is there, and you don't have to worry about paying that, just the membership monthly cost.
And also, is there an age limit on memberships? I know that we've done a couple of stories of the fitness facilities, and you've seen people from, I don't want to say children, but older youngsters, if you will, all the way through seniors. Are there any limits on age, and are there classes specifically designed for certain age groups?
There are classes designed for specific age groups. Of course, the fitness corridor is usually 13 years old and up, because of the types of equipments that are in there.
That's right.
But if a family signs up and becomes a member, a family membership, then the children have access to the pool. The children can be with their parent playing in the gymnasium, playing pickleball. They can be taking an art class down the hallway or part of the music class. So it's exciting. So the ages, it really doesn't matter the age. We even have a child watch and a tween watch. So it works for all ages.
Anthony, please tell us once again what those little buildings are. Last time we talked, they were in the process of being almost completely renovated.
Right.
Now I think they're done. Please tell everyone who drives down Broad what those are.
Absolutely. You're talking about the First Stop Village. That is next to our First Stop Center right there at the corner of Broad Street and Crawford Avenue. 2 of those are almost completed, and the other 5 are being worked on. That's going to be part of the First Stop Center, which is half of it is New Home United Way. The other half is the Salvation Army Social Center for people with addresses. So homeless services stay at Green Street. People with residences that need our help will go to the First Stop Center. Those houses that make up the village, those renovated houses, will be different social service agencies, so they can be close to us so we can work together.
Well, it's a wonderful system that you have set up, and I'm glad to get good reports from both of you that things are going well.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you all for being here.
Opportunity.
Absolutely. Once again, if you want to ring the bell, contact the Salvation Army.
Yes.
All right.
Contact the Salvation Army, Katie Atkinson.
Katie will handle things.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Captain Wilma Mason, Anthony Esposito.
Thank you, Brad.
All the best to y'all. Merry Christmas. Merry
Thank you
early
so much.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
When the Means Report continues, we will tell you how you can watch this and other editions online. We'll also tell you how you can help shape future broadcasts in just a moment.